Krimi with bhasma. So body has three ends. What are the three ends of the body? Krimi with bhasma. And how many things we do to maintain this body. And so much we are attached to material desires. Krimi means ash. Because mostly the body is burned in India. Correct? Krimi. Krimi means worms. Krimayo Rudra Sankhya. Krimi means worms. When you bury the body, what happens? Yes, it will become, the worms will come and eat. Correct? So many kind of worms come. You leave the body for some time, decaying, it starts stinking and the worms come. So we are so much careful to maintain this body. So much we are proud of this body. Look at the mirror. And so much the idiots in society give identification. Hey, you are handsome, you are ugly, you are black, you are white, and so much. This is Indian, this is Russian, this is Japanese. So much we are attached to that identification. But actually body is just worms. समझ आ गया? When you bury this body or you don't do anything, it becomes worms. It's clear? Then with Varaha, Swavidvara Ustara Khare, Varaha, Vidvara. Vidvara refers to pigs who eat stool. Vid means stool. Now when the body becomes stool, how it becomes stool? Bury it is worms, not stool. How it becomes stool? Huh? No. Stool, in a certain community like Parsi, they throw the body on the top of a chabutra or something. They make a huge structure, tall structure. On the top they throw the body, inviting vultures to come and eat. Now vultures are not there. They are also burning. But practice was, some people leave the body in some isolated place to be eaten by birds. What happens when it is eaten by birds? It becomes out of their stool. Because whatever you eat, 90% comes out. You don't retain. Every day how much food you eat? Guess? 3-4 kilo. Water and food we eat 3-4 kilo every day. Do we retain? Every day you gain 3 kilo weight. No, we are throwing out. 90% or more than that we are throwing out. We retain only very little. Every day our weight is not increasing 1 kilo. Weight is increasing maybe by 50 grams daily. So basically what we understand, the body becomes, what you eat comes out as stool. So what is eaten by vultures? Your body. So what it becomes? Stool. Understood? Logical? See how much intelligence there was. Krimi with this language itself you cannot learn in 100 years. So beautiful language. In fact now, because the word is degraded, otherwise the scientists are also understanding, if robots were to speak with us, if the computers would speak to us, the best language is Sanskrit, because it is scientific language. Kakka gagga ya, chacha jaja ya, tatta dada. It is scientifically organized. And the Sandhi Vitej rules are so strict. The pronunciation rules are so strict that actually that is the best language of computers to speak or robots to speak. Some people are proposing the robots will talk to us in Sanskrit and people will learn Sanskrit to talk to the robots. Just like if you want to talk to the Devatas, better use Sanskrit, because Sanskrit is called Devanagari. It is spoken by the Devatas. Devata don't mean God, but they are spoken by the Devatas. You see, therefore all the Vedic literatures are in Sanskrit. It's the language of it's not an only language on earth. The language, interplanetary language. They say some planet you want to communicate with them. There are people much more intelligent than you. But they are, because they are intelligent, they use Sanskrit as the language, the best language. Okay. So that is anyway, coming to the second point. Krimi, insects, it become worms. Krimayo Rudra Sankhya. With, Swavidvara. With means the stool. And then Bhasma. Bhasma is what happens in the Vedic culture. You burn ash. So why we are so much attached to this body? The body has only three ends. What are the three ends? Krimi with Pasma. समझ आ गया? And कितना लोग उसके लिए मेहनत करते हैं, उसको देखते रहते हैं चेहरे, oh, I've got so special body. It is only about to turn into these three. That joke you told, no? Somebody was about to, was constructing a big building. So somebody was walking. He said, what are you doing? Now I'm making a big building, 20-story building. Now what is the purpose? What do you utilize it for? So question was, what will you utilize this for, this building? So he says, no, after I make the building, I'll burn the building. Okay? Shri Radha Govinda ki, Sridhara the fan. So after I make the building, I'll burn the building. Okay? Is it very logical? It is stupid, no? So similarly, so much care you are taking of the body, you have to burn this body after some time. Mad or what? Therefore, our necessities are ahara, nidra, bhaya, maithuna. They're the four necessities of life: eating, nidra, sleeping, bhaya, protecting, and maithuna, sex. It should be minimized to zero. All the great sages, they make zero. They hardly eat something. Sleeping, they sleep very little. Mating, they have no mating practically. If they have, it's just to have a child. Sex life without intention to have a child is condemned. In fact, in the Vedic culture, we can't even imagine the standard. If husband and wife have sex not to have a child, they're called prostitutes. Vedic standard is actually because they have something else to do. In material life, the highest pleasure is sex. In spiritual life, if that is there, spiritual life will not even start. Correct, no? Because some higher pleasure we are experiencing. In material life, there is nothing more than this. Correct? They say, I think how many? 75% crimes happen in society because of sex. What do you say? Maybe more. All the colleges, they have groups fighting with each other. All colleges. In thousands they make groups and they fight. Always some girl is involved. You take even Mahabharata. Around which girl? Draupadi. For sex only. Karna wanted her, Duryodhana wanted her, Arjuna wanted her. Fight. True? They fought for that only. That's why Karna got a strip, because she didn't allow him to become the husband. Correct? It was a Swayamvara. Karna didn't have a right. She has to choose. She said, I'll not marry him. She had to use a trick to get him out. But she didn't want him. Why? He has to force himself. There is no way to force. But he was very upset because of that. Sex life, uncontrolled sex life. Duryodhana, he didn't get her. He knew she is very beautiful. He was always envious of Pandavas. They got her. And that's the whole, around that center only the whole Mahabharata occurred or not? And Ramayana, again Sita was too beautiful. Ravana also wanted her. So you look at the history. Uncontrolled sex life creates so much problems. Now, the woman has a right to choose or not. So Draupadi has a right to choose or not. She chose Arjuna. Who can object? Karna has no locus standi in the whole thing. She doesn't want him. He cannot force himself. Similarly, Ravana has no place in that. Sita never wanted him. Correct? It's not that she has no choice. She had a choice. And therefore called Swayamvara. Swayamvara means you choose your vara. Swayamvara. You choose your husband. Correct, no? Sita was also like that only. She chose. Some system was there. What was the system? They had that Lord Rama time, a bow to be broken. And at this time, but that is not everything. Finally, she also should choose. That is just to see the prowess. Okay. This person is intelligent and powerful. Okay. So the point is that uncontrolled, what is happening in the society, all problems are because of that. So many problems. It is said, intoxication, gambling, illicit sex, and meat. These are the four root cause of all the problems in society. And you see, all the problems that are happening is because of that in the society. Correct? You ask a policeman why crimes happen? Because people are drunk. People are drunk, they lose control of themselves. If anger is 1 unit, it becomes 100 unit. You lose. But so many people do suicide on effect of intoxication. They lose control over themselves. Gambling, again people lose control over themselves. Illicit sex and meat. Meat is basically extremely tamasic. First thing, you have killed an animal just to satisfy the tongue, and then you are giving so much pain to somebody. Nobody thinks about that. Mostly people think it is nutritious or not nutritious. First, the point is that it is vegetarian diet is actually most nutritious. But nobody thinks about that. And forget about the second part, that nobody is bothered how much pain the animal is experiencing for you. Plants don't experience so much pain because their consciousness is highly reduced. Just like somebody you do operation, he doesn't feel any pain. You cannot say he's dead, he's living. Can you say he's dead? He's not dead, he's living. But he doesn't feel any pain, operation time. Similarly, when somebody is sleeping, you give him some slaps, he doesn't even come to know what happened. Correct? Somebody is sleeping, you give one or two, he will not come to know what happened. Like that, the plant's consciousness is highly reduced. Therefore, it is even logical to eat plants. And even there you want to perfect more, you can take fruits, grains, you're not killing anybody. But still, if you say some inconvenience I caused, then what you can do? Offer and take. That is the highest. You offer the vegetarian food and take, there is no sin caused. Therefore, devotees, when they are traveling, it is convenient to eat fruits because there is no sin. Correct? But still, if you offer to the Lord and take, not only it is sanctified, there is no sin in eating that, rather you get blessed spiritually because the food is now spiritualized and you can feel completely purified. Actually, for some time, if you just eat prasadam, the senses also become calm. That's what we have seen when people lose the company of devotees and they work on their own. The senses become wild slowly because they start eating bhoga now. One thing, they have bad association and they're eating bhoga. It's a matter of time they go crazy. And as we see, we are in the association of devotees and we're eating prasadam, hearing Harinam, mind starts becoming calm. It's impossible. The senses are blowing like fire. Correct? It's uncontrollable. But if you keep an association of devotees and eat Krishna prasadam, see the arati of the Lord, take prasadam, the process has to work. It's a very, very powerful process. But then we should be careful. If offense is there, then process will not work. Like Dhritarashtra heard the whole Gita, nothing happened to him. Bhagavad Gita was spoken by Sanjaya to Dhritarashtra, actually, narration. But Dhritarashtra, nothing happened. But Sanjaya was in ecstasy. Arjuna surrendered to Krishna after hearing Gita. And to this day, all the great acharyas worship Bhagavad Gita. Such a great book it is, they say. Agree? But nothing happened to Dhritarashtra. Why? He was envious of the devotees. So we should be very careful. We don't cause any pain to the devotees. In fact, the whole Mahabharata, Krishna did not spare. Somebody was telling me this very, very interesting thing. Krishna did not. Actually, if you see Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna is saying, Krishna, can you forgive them? Chalo, I know they have done a great crime, but I wish, Krishna, we can forgive them. Chalo, maaf kar dete hain. Hai na? Actually, Mahabharata war was arranged by Krishna. And Arjuna is leading Pandava to take now punishment, punish the Kauravas. And he's saying, Krishna, so let us forgive them. Chalo, your so-called non-violence. What did Krishna say? No, I want them to be dead. And if you do not do, I'll do it. Better you become an instrument in my hand. Nimitra matrena bhavasavi sachin. Arjuna, you become an instrument in my hand. Nobody is going home from here. They're all dead. So you all know this, no? Why? Why Krishna wanted Kauravas dead? Because they arranged for the insulting Draupadi. And why Draupadi insult became serious? First thing, insulting women is serious. Somebody was telling, Prabhupada says that they tried to pull the hair of Draupadi. So somebody pulls the woman by, woman is actually abala, has no strength. Anybody can exploit, correct? Somebody tries to exploit, children are also very abala. They have no, anybody can pick up a child and run away. That's what happened in India. Every year, lakhs of children are stolen. A joke yesterday I read, you cannot believe. In Mysore, one nursing home, they told 18 ladies in last year their child is dead. But actually, child did not die. They took the child and sold in the open market. And while selling, because doctors have the privilege, they gave birth certificate in the name of the parents who are paying money. Money will not be much, I think. For a small child, you will get 50,000, 1 lakh. Imagine what pain a woman undergoes when you tell her your child is dead. Correct? You can understand? She will be in so much pain. But that is nothing for them. Rakshasas. You tell a woman your child has died, she will cry. I have seen some women crying whole life. You have seen? Whole life they cry. Can't bear that. I remember one lady was there and her one son had died for some reason. And she was very nice. She used to come to temple. By mistake, if he asked about that child, you have another son, that she'll start crying there only. Even though the incident happened 10 years ago. Imagine they are such Rakshasas, they can give unwanted pain to some lady just for small amount of money. And these are so-called educated doctors. That's why I say this education has no value. No value. Education like this, just trainings like animals, you train them some skills in circus. The animal doesn't become worshipable because of that. He knows some skill to jump like that in circus. Agree? The same way with human animal, you train them some skill how to cut and all, pull out a child. You don't become worshipable just because of that. You're still an animal. Unless samskaras are trained into a person. Janma jayate shudra. By birth, everybody is an animal. Samskarat bhave dvija. He becomes a human being actually when he's trained into samskaras. Imagine so great. So they found out this. Finally, what happened? Their trafficking, it was caught. Human trafficking sometimes caught. So 6-7 children were there, kept somewhere. One by one they used to sell. Nursing home means every day children will come. Birth is happening. So saying they collected. So all were together in one place. And then what happened? Police raided some. And they found 6-7 children. So police put in newspaper, whose children are this? So one woman saw first. See, exactly looks like my husband, this small child. The features you can now? Just like your daughter exactly looks like your mother. The face, elder one, face is exactly matching. So exactly like that. She got a doubt. So she went to inquire. They said, no, it is not your child. So she said, let the DNA test be done. I'll pay for it. DNA test is expensive. DNA test, it is her child. Exactly her child. So she got, then news spread. All the ladies who had come there took away their children. It is my child, it is my child. Just imagine. So imagine the society is so degraded. They don't fight. Therefore it's called Rakshasa. Rakshasa means he does not feel. I was telling the meat eaters are all Rakshasas. Nobody can eat meat only. Correct? Can you eat only meat? You will die. You will eat some rice. Then they will have some sabji, then papad, some pickle, and one corner, one fish. Local people. Rakshasas. They do not know how much pain they have caused. Have you seen a fish? How much is that? We'll throw you in water, you see how much pain is there like that. You will be throbbing in pain. Prabhupada sometimes joked, material life is like that fish throbbing. But we have no brain to understand. Actually, we are in so much pain because we are separated from the most lovable object, Krishna. We are all in so much pain. Even if, suppose we make you Amara, you will not die. We remove your problems of birth, old age, disease, death. Still you will be throbbing with pain. With pain is why? Because, we are not experiencing disease now. You are experiencing old age now. No death pain now, no birth pain now. Still we are not happy. There is a intense pain in the heart of separation from Krishna. Which is actually, heart is beating for Krishna. Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? So people do not feel the pain. And therefore it is said, somebody touches the hair of a woman in the Vedic culture. We should not take advantage of that. That we speak anything, he'll not get angry. But his life is finished, his money is finished. Kala will act so, just like Prahlad Maharaj, just like cow. You worship cow, you get a lot of punya. You know that? Lot of punya. There are so many people with problems. The devotee was telling our Tirupati president, Tirupati Prabhu, I just tell you, find some cow and worship. Give some food and worship. So many problems are solved. And that's a material principle. The cow is Krishna's arrangement, system like that. Similarly, you give pain to these people, old people, children, women, brahmanas, you'll be finished. Everything is finished. Because they need to be given protection. Correct? They need to be given protection. Therefore, Krishna did not forgive the Kauravas because they had held the hairs of a woman, correct, and dragged her. Even a material separate principle, she is the great devotee. That's why Krishna protected her. But even holding and giving pain, then all, just like it is said, Kauravas may have a lot of Hiranyakashipu. Now the situation Narasimha Jayanti is coming, and it is talked about Hiranyakashipu. Hiranyakashipu actually had a lot of blessings of Brahma, but he lost everything because it touched his pure devotee, correct? He touched a pure devotee of Krishna. When Hiranyakashipu was born, there were so many inauspicious symptoms coming that all the devatas became shocked. What is happening? And they were in the womb of the mother only. There were so many inauspicious symptoms happening, the devatas got a shock. Some great calamity is going to happen. They went to Brahma. The Brahma knew about it. Brahma says, it is reason is, great demon is coming now. Just like it is when Duryodhana was born, a lot of inauspicious things happened. Everybody said, some wild animals making some sound, donkey doing dan, dan. Duryodhana was born. At that moment only many people say, reject this child. This child will cause calamity any cost. Correct? He destroyed his whole Kuru, the Dhritarashtra and children, everybody else. Inauspicious things happen. So same way when Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha will be born, lot of inauspicious symptoms were there. They all went to Brahma. What we should do? We are very worried. Something very inauspicious is going to happen. Brahma said, yes, very powerful demons are going to come now. We have to just tolerate for some time. Because what will happen to this demon? Who will kill him? He said, you can't kill him. No devata could touch either of the thing. But this Hiranyakashipu will harass his own his son who is a pure devotee. And the moment it does that, he'll lose everything. It's like Kauravas also lost everything. Correct? They may not have a life as short as their life was terminated. It is when Krishna came to the battlefield, he was so angry at the Kauravas. Just by glancing, he reduced that life. See, you may have punya papa, Krishna wants can cancel. Bhagavad Gita it is said, Sarva dharman parityaja mam. So just like Krishna can, aham tvam sarva papi, Krishna can cancel all your papa, he can cancel all your punya also if he wants. No, I have done punya, I have to enjoy. Nonsense. What your punya? Thak! Die now. Krishna can change or not? It's just like you want a leave. When you go for the leave, this is called Karma Mimamsa, I'll cancel now. You go with the leave, application to the boss, those who are working. Or those are schools, you go to the principal, sir, I cannot attend classes 4 days, I have to go for this function. Now generally, if your attendance is good, the boss or the principal will say, okay, your attendance is very good. But he may say no. Otherwise, you're going for application. Srila Prabhupada ki, Srimad Bhagavatam ki.